Good evening, ladies. Welcome to the Real on the Real, or ladies and gent, whoever's listening.
Good evening. I'm IJ.
I'm UC.
And I'm Dior. Tonight we're going to talk about Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 5.
Mhm.
This is our honeymoon. This is, I think, day 2 of the honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we should just, the majority of the show, let's just talk about Chris and Paige.
Okay, I'm going to scoot in a little bit closer for this conversation.
Yeah, Chris and
But I thought
Paige.
all the
So,
couples were interesting. Like they were all interesting this episode. And the honeymoon
yeah,
is always my favorite time of the season.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's fun. They're getting to know each other. No drama yet because they're not like kind of in each other's spaces. So yeah, it is always fun.
I have
Just
to,
on the honeymoon.
I have to ask myself, this season on all the shows that we're watching, why is it so dramatical? It's like drama is to the 10th degree, right? The Bachelor drama is like in the atmospheres. It's in a point that we haven't seen before. And then now for Married at First Sight, something that's like always stoic and good and couples really working, we're seeing drama here too. I mean, maybe it's just everyday drama that we really don't get to see, but it's drama in this one, this season
I
too.
mean, people like drama, so that's probably why
Mm-hmm.
they put it in. But yeah, people like thrive on drama, so that's probably why. But so the drama in this episode, well, let's just, I guess, set this scene. So, Chris and Paige are at breakfast, are they?
Mm-hmm.
And he tells her, well, I think first he's just kind of asking,
Moody.
but I mean, yeah, just kind of got a little attitude like we've seen before. This isn't new.
Right.
And then when
Unfortunately.
she asks, he says that, something's going on. He got some disturbing news or some surprising news this morning. And then he doesn't tell her what it is.
Did you find that disturbing that he was so put off that he couldn't tell her what he was thinking? How do you start a conversation by saying, I got something's happened, or I got something's going on, or something, and then you keep it to yourself? It's like a child. If you think about your
Well, I
children,
think
what
he
do
was
they
just so it was just like so hard for him to tell her because he was so embarrassed that he couldn't tell
That's
her,
what you. That's
because
what you think.
he could tell the producers, he could tell everyone else, but he was so embarrassed that he couldn't tell her. So
That's what you
he
think
made
it
it
is.
worse by saying, say what?
You
Yeah.
think he
Oh yeah, that's
honestly
definitely what it
cared
was.
about how
Because he
she.
could tell, say what?
Oh no, I was just saying like he. I don't think he cared about. I don't think he was embarrassed. Really, honestly, I think
Mhm.
I don't know.
No, he
I
was
just
embarrassed
I don't
because
know
when
if he
they
did
went
that.
to the bathroom, he turned on the water, he turned on the bathtub, he turned on the sink
You know
so
why
that
he
the
did that?
Maybe
cameras couldn't,
he was
because
afraid.
so he
He was
didn't
Maybe
want people to hear it.
No, that's not why.
He didn't want
He was
people to
afraid of
hear.
her. He didn't know what her reaction was going to
that's
be.
what I
And
thought.
he didn't want people, if it was going to be crazy bitch mode or anything like
Uh-uh,
that, he didn't want that to be
uh-uh.
seen. No, that's,
No, I think
no,
he didn't want to
I
be
didn't think that was
embarrassed
the
by
reason
her. I
why.
think he
right,
didn't want her to embarrass him by her reaction.
right.
He
Because
doesn't
it's all
care
about
about
Chris.
her.
He's narcissistic.
Yeah, he doesn't care about her.
Narcissistic. It's all about him.
Hmm.
He didn't want people, he was in his head, he was thinking, how would a normal woman react? And is it going to be over the top? Is she going to be screaming and yelling at me? Because he could tell everybody else, but he couldn't tell her because the camera was going to be pointing at her. Everybody else was off screen. The cameras would be pointing at her, and it was going to be, if she's going to go off on me and call me all this out of my name and so forth, I don't want to hear it, because you know what? He's the type of person that would turn around and go off on her and then look bad in the front of the camera, and his family and friends would see it. He is concerned about how the world perceives him. He's concerned about how his pastor perceives him, the church perceives him, his mom and dad perceives him. So he wanted to make sure that she didn't go off on him in a irrational way that made him look
I
bad.
don't know if
He
you
doesn't
can
care
say that
about
he's the
her.
type of person that's going to go off on her because we haven't seen that yet. But maybe he didn't want to
You
be
see,
embarrassed by what she's going to say to him. Maybe you could
yeah,
say
he's
that, but
dramatical.
his
Yeah, he's
reactions hasn't
dramatical.
been where he's going to get angry and blow up on her because we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, but I think he's embarrassed about how she's going to react to him, and to draw it out that long and to keep her in suspense where she's just like, what in the world is going on? To me, that's hurtful. And she's begging him, like, I'm your wife. You can tell me.
Well, I mean, I
And
think it's a little naive of her to say, "I'm your wife, you can tell me," when she's known him all of 2 days. Like, I mean, come on.
Well, they've been having sex this whole entire time, and she probably
Well,
feels
they
an
only had
intimacy
sex
towards
twice.
him.
They had sex at one night and then the next day. That's it. So they don't know each other that well. And I mean, yes, they're married, but they just met.
Yeah,
So
but she seems the
I
type
think
that,
she's putting too much into the relationship, and he's
I
not
mean,
putting enough into the relationship.
mhm.
So it's very imbalanced, you
But
know.
also like I think that like I could like see that him not knowing her that well why he would maybe be hesitant to tell her, but it's just the fact that he told everybody
right.
else
Yeah.
before, then that doesn't sit right because it's just like, okay, well, you've known the producers probably just as long. And at least like
Mhm.
you're married to this woman, whether you know her or not, like you do owe it to her to let her know. Um,
Definitely.
Mhm.
and not, make it worse.
And right. Wouldn't you have discussed it with your significant other first before the producers and off camera to
No,
see how you
because
guys should
no,
handle it?
I don't necessarily think so because for the producers are like an unknown, and for them they're like part of a show. He has like
Mhm.
no like bond with the producers. They're like workers. So he
And I think
probably feels
sometimes they
safer
like,
telling them.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I know
And
sometimes I think
for
because they do guide the production, I think they kind of are like counselors a little bit too. Because I've seen it
right,
on other
right.
reality shows where if something's happening, the producers will talk to them, and
Mhm.
try
And
to
help them
help
work
them through
through
things. So,
things.
yeah. And if
Mhm.
they were around when it happened, then they probably kind of just happened to be in that situation. But
Do you think that he
Right.
just found out that day, or do you think that
I
he
don't
found
know.
out prior to the honeymoon when he left all of a sudden for a walk and was gone for a long period of time? Because that type of information is going to take a discussion. You don't just say, hey, I'm pregnant. Oh, okay, we'll talk about it later and get off the phone. Do you think that that's why he was gone for that period of time prior to the honeymoon, like the day after their marriage?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know when he found out. I don't think it was that morning. And
Mhm.
he said she was 6 weeks pregnant. I mean, honestly, like I feel like if he was there for his ex fiance for her father's funeral, and they were intimate just 6 weeks ago, I feel like she probably would have told him, kind of whenever she found
Sooner.
out. Yeah.
Mhm. So
And
she
as
would
I said, I
know
know some
within what,
people,
4 weeks?
yeah, I know
Four
some people
weeks,
find
because then she
out
knows she would have had her
later.
period.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
he said that she knew for a couple of weeks, and I think he also did as well.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like,
It was like, I wonder, like, how close is it to the time that he turns in his application to join the show and they tell him during that whole entire process, like, I wonder, when did he find out he was going on the show and was going to be a part of the show? When
Well,
did
it
he
was
apply? And then when
so,
did he get
so
on the show?
it starts 2 weeks before they get married is when they start filming, right? Because usually they have 2 weeks to find a dress, tell their friends, blah blah blah. So
hmm.
maybe he found out during the start of that whole process, or maybe not. Maybe she found out, she tested herself week 5.
And that's if
She didn't
she's
realize
six
that her
weeks.
period didn't come.
That's if she's actually 6 weeks.
Right. So,
But she could be further along or
right.
whatever.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, the whole thing
But the
was,
thing is, he's quite sure that he is the father. So that means that they have more than just a casual relationship.
Mhm.
If he's the only person that she's having
And he's
sex with.
confident in
So
that.
their
Yeah.
relationship is, yeah, their
Well,
relationship is more than just
well,
casual.
we definitely know that because during the the episodes for the next following episode, he says that he still loves her.
Oh, I didn't
I
see
didn't see
that.
that either.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw where she asked him if he thought about like going back, and he was like, "Yeah, he thought about it."
Yeah, he was because I still love her.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Because I have the words written.
Why
I
is he on
even
the
captions.
show?
Honestly, okay, this is what he's not attracted to his wife. He's not attracted to Paige.
No, he's not. And what pisses me off is that even when all the groups were
Yeah.
together at the end, and then they were talking, right? And he got up and walked away, and he got so upset because he was like, all the couples are so happy
So
together,
attracted to
all
him.
the
They
guys
got what they wanted.
all the guys are attracted to their girls. They got the girls that they wanted. They got the girls that they wanted and asked for, and he's crying because he didn't get the look that he wanted for his wife. He's still
But
bitching
was he
about
really
that.
crying or was he
When
fake
he left, I
crying?
thought he was upset about the whole situation, like the and then when I
Embarrassment,
saw
but that's
that, I
not
was like,
why.
oh no,
He is a bitch.
But you know
He,
the worst part? You
I
know the
was
worst part?
so
He
upset.
left her there by herself to take the full weight of everything else because that not only was he being a bitch, he was upset because he wasn't feeling supported by everybody else.
No, he was up. That's
No,
not
no,
why
no.
he
I said
left.
that
He
was
was
part of it.
upset because he wasn't attracted
No,
to
he
her,
said,
and he didn't get the
I
girls
agree
his
with that
dreams.
part. I agree with that part. But
Yeah.
he also said, you know what? I'm sitting here and look, they're all supporting her. They're not supporting me. I'm in this too, you know. That's what he said during
He
the
did say that,
one-on-one.
right?
And I was just
Yeah.
like, that's because she didn't step up. You did. That's why they're supporting her. And she sat there stoically taking
You
it,
know what?
being a
She's getting on
strong
my nerves
woman.
too. She keeps on
getting
saying,
on my
God doesn't
absolute
give you
nerves.
more than what you can
Yes,
handle. Girl, please.
yes,
Well, it could be
God
it
gives
could
you
be a
legs. You
coping
can get up and you can walk away. All
It
right.
could
yep,
So
be a
I don't
very
even
coping,
want
true.
to
you
hear that.
guys. It could be a coping mechanism because she doesn't want to have a
She has
meltdown.
low self-esteem. Let's stop with the mechanism stuff. She has low self-esteem. That's
And
why
she's
she's
on
still there with
TV.
him.
If
What?
she wasn't on, she's on TV. We don't know how people would react when the cameras are off. If she wasn't on TV and everybody wasn't watching this, she might have had a different reaction. I don't know. But
No,
Okay,
because she
that's
didn't have
true.
to stay on camera. She could have taken her
Exactly.
stuff off. I've seen people do it on reality shows before when it's just too much and you don't want people to see you. You take your mic off and you go.
and you
And
don't
She
come
could have
back.
left the show. She could have had some sense of pride and been like, you know what, dude? You're ugly.
some
You have
self
skinny
worth.
legs. You have a high butt. I'm out of here. That's what she should have done. That's what she should have
Or and
done.
no, not only that, she should have told the producers, "You guys effed up. You
I want a new
guys owe
man right
me
now.
Yes.
another show. So next
No,
season,
no,
I need
not
to be
another
on that
show. Give
show."
me
Not
another
this
dude right
season.
now.
No,
Annul this marriage
Drop them off
and give me
again.
no,
another dude
no,
right
no.
now.
She needs to get over this. She needs to mentally
There's
get
nothing
over
to
this
get
whole
over. They
entire
only
thing.
known each other for 3 days. And they probably haven't filed the
Get a
marriage
new good
license
looking
yet.
guy
But they're
and
not
she'll be
even really
fine.
married. So yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if they could get in. Can you get an annulment?
I don't
They
think
had
the
sex.
marriage
No, they
license is
can't.
probably not filed yet. It's probably not even
Oh.
filed yet. They probably just
But I
signed it and
thought
ready
they
to sign it.
consummated the marriage, so you can't get an annulment, right?
I guess
Or is that
no,
just a
because
wise tale?
remember that's a wise tale. Because remember 90 Days Married,
Oh,
that
right.
the Ohio people were going to go get yeah, that was
From Sandusky, Ohio.
But the thing
that,
is like if you don't take it to the courthouse, then you're technically not married. It's not on the books. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So if they haven't done that yet, then they're not married. So there's nothing to even annul.
Mm. Oh, you mean so if they didn't take? I thought when you go get a marriage license.
You fill out the application, you have 30 days to get married from that date, and you have to return it back to the
To
courthouse.
get the license.
yeah, for them to like
To
file
file it.
it in the system and do everything like that. Yeah.
I mean, personally, myself, I don't know why she didn't leave. I would have left because, and she even said, I've taken care of somebody else's kid. And, he always put the child first. Okay, then what do you think is
He
going to
should.
happen here? Yeah, he should.
I mean,
I'm not
he
saying
should.
that
Yeah,
that's
like,
why she left because he put the child first, and she wanted to have kids
oh,
and wanted to be first. Well, honey, you're in the same situation again. He's gonna
With
put
the
his child
person that
first.
doesn't respect you and who doesn't find you attractive is so devastated by
and
the fact that you're not attractive. Like, I mean, what in the
he
world?
lied to her. He lied to her, and he said, "I think you're beautiful." Remember
Mm-hmm.
And
when
then
he
gave her
was
that
trying to get
rose,
her to stay during the dinner?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and gave
Yep.
her
He
that
was
rose,
like,
he's a
I don't
and
have
liar.
anything bad to say to you, say about you. And I was just like, but you already said something on the first night.
she's one of those females that needs her friends' support. She needs her girlfriends in
But
her
she don't
ears.
even have good friends. And Brianna was trying to tell her, Brianna was trying to get her right and say, like, girl, you just need to go. And she was left to her own devices and she made a bad decision. Yeah.
You know who I like? I I'm having second thoughts about airplane pilot guy and his wife.
Hmm.
What's their names, Christian?
I think Virginia, is it
Yeah,
Virginia?
Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
Virginia.
I like Virginia and what's his
Eric,
name?
I
Let's call
think
him
his name's
Pete. He looks like a Pete.
We can't call him Pete, Uchenna. Nobody will know who we're talking about.
He looks like a Pete.
Eric. I think his name's Eric.
Eric, yeah, Eric. I
Okay.
like the fact that when they came there, I think they were both kind of tipsy, or maybe it was
They
too much
were.
sun.
He was
I,
drunk. She's gonna turn him into alcoholic. She's gonna turn him into alcoholic.
Oh, he can't be an
He's gonna
alcoholic. Now
fly
y'all
drunk and
like,
get his license taken away.
stop that, stop that. But when they came there and sat down, they spoke what everybody else was thinking. I was like, thank you, because I was wondering the same thing. First of all, how do you know it's yours?
yeah.
And second of all, we got your back. We'll help you guys out. Really, I'd be like, how can you help me out? Like, are you gonna babysit for me? Like, what are you gonna do? But but
At
they
first,
were,
she was like, "I'm here for you, girl," and then she's like, "We're here for you too, dude. We're here for you too."
But
yeah, yeah, and like they were asking questions. If I and he was like getting so uncomfortable, and she was just like, she doesn't think about herself. She thinks
well,
about him and his feelings all the time.
this is what I didn't like when Virginia started asking him questions. Here she go, like, answer those questions. Why you didn't ask him any questions? Like, what's the Vincent knew how far along the girl was before she did.
Oh.
She didn't ask any question. That's why I'm just like, something's off with her. Because even if you're gonna accept it or whatever, you gonna have a lot of questions. You, I mean, it's not just no. She
I
didn't ask enough questions to just accept it and be like, we're gonna get through this.
I
No,
think that Uchenna is right,
low,
that
very
she
low
has
self-esteem,
low self-esteem.
low self worth.
But yes, but I also
Mhm.
think that and she needs to figure out why she has such low self-esteem. Is it the color of her skin that makes her feel that way? Is it her
I think
eyes?
it's that in
Her
her
eyes?
eyes. It's
I
because
have not paid attention yet. I
How
need.
can you not see it?
girl,
I'm gonna watch it.
stop,
You
I
stop.
got
keep
to.
forgetting.
Every time the camera turns on her, the first thing I look at to see like where's it going.
And that wasn't
But I
even
think she's still a beautiful
today.
person.
I don't know why I missed
She
it.
has moments where she's
Mhm.
beautiful moments where she's beautiful, and she has a beautiful body.
I wouldn't go that far. I
You
wouldn't go that
see,
far. But no. But there's moments where she's pretty. Let's keep it real.
and
We're real
okay,
on the
I
real.
do think there are moments when she could be pretty and glamorous. She just doesn't have the right makeup and the right hairstyles yet, and her clothing.
Actually, I think her braids look really good on her.
I really don't like them on her. I really don't like them on her.
Oh, really? I think they
Yeah,
look good
I
on her.
think they're,
Like 100 times
a
better
hundred times
than
better than the wig.
her horrible
That
wig.
was horrendous.
there's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
show where I think they're like filming it now where they're like having a flashback of the shows Married at First Sight Unfiltered. And when I've seen her on that, she looks nice on that. And I think she had
Okay, good.
braids, and she looks good there.
Isn't it amazing how when people
Mhm.
appear on TV, the first time they don't look so good, but then
That's
maybe a
fine.
year
But
later,
that's
Someone
natural.
tells
Because
them.
all I
They get
I
feedback.
wonder what we're going to be looking like in a year. Are we going to be having like our own makeup artist in there getting our face ready? We're going to come up there with our hairs all done, beautiful background,
Right? Not a plain wall.
the door.
I mean, yeah, because you go back and see yourself, especially like, because it's really obvious on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, if you go back to
Hmm.
like season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean, rough,
Rough, rough,
rough.
rough.
Well,
I am
look at
so sad.
Virginia
Did I
from
tell you
Bachelor.
guys? Say what?
Look at Virginia from The Bachelor on the show. She looked like ooh, but then when we saw
No,
her on
not
the
Virginia. What's her name?
Victoria.
Victoria,
No, not
yeah,
Victoria.
Victoria
Victoria
on the
was the
show looked
mean
rough.
girl.
Yeah, when you saw her on the show, she looked rough. But
Oh,
then when she
Victoria,
got in
right.
the interview, when she did the
Oh,
interview
oh, really?
afterwards, I was like, wow, she did a
Oh, I
100,
didn't see
300,
her
180
afterwards.
degree turn. Yeah, she was good.
Mm.
But what are you saying?
No, I think I told you guys, we switched cable companies, and so I had to get rid of my old box where I had saved for 10 years Real Housewives of Atlanta when they went to South
Uh,
Africa. Did I tell you guys?
yeah.
When they argued, when Nene and Sheree were arguing. No,
Yeah, I remember that.
when not Nene and Sheree, was it Marlo and Sheree were arguing?
And where
And
did
they
you
went,
like? I remember you talking about it.
do
Uh,
you remember that?
I
You
don't
don't remember
remember
that,
it, but I
IJ?
remember you talking
I
about.
remember them going to South Africa and it being a big blowout and arguing, but I don't
And they
remember
were
exactly what they were
arguing,
arguing.
and it was like the most funniest thing, the way that they were arguing back and forth. And I saved it because Dan had said that that's how we argue, with nonsensical talking back and forth at each other, and it was so hilarious. And I kept it for 10 years, and I would watch it periodically and just like crack up laughing, and I had to get rid of it because the cable box died, and we had to switch cable companies. So,
Oh, I thought you were going to
and
tell us
then
that you have it now,
no, I don't
that
have
you
it
found
anymore.
it.
I had to give.
Oh, well, you can go
No,
find it on
no.
YouTube, I bet you.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then because we were talking about how they looked, from way back when, and they look
Uh-huh.
completely different 10 years ago to now, especially their
Yeah.
hair. You know,
Yeah.
Clarice, yeah.
So in the end, I want to say to the producers of Lifetime, I understand that Chris probably lied. He's manipulative. But you should have been able to see past his manipulations. You should have been able to see his narcissism. My mother, during the first episode, after the first time he was talking, she immediately caught it. You guys should have caught it too. You've caused this girl embarrassment, pain. She is suffering, and it's not fair to her. It's not fair to her.
And
But
she's
also
probably gonna have PSD after this,
yeah,
emotionally.
yeah,
She's probably gonna be
yeah.
a wreck after
And
this
people
and
are probably going to
suffer
be mean
great
to her
embarrassment.
people are going to be mean to her on social media. A lot of people are going to be like, why are you still with them? Da, 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 da. She doesn't deserve anything. But in the end, she does have the right to walk away at any time. And she is choosing to continue the
She should have
process.
walked away this time. She should have walked away today.
She should have walked away after they had sex. And he said he wasn't attracted to
He called
her.
her ugly. I mean, he basically said you're ugly.
Yeah. My mom said that's what you get for sleeping
So
with
on
him.
the first night.
Yeah. She goes, who does that?
Okay, and let's bring up a couple
I told
of
Mom
points.
a lot of people.
Let's bring up a
what?
couple of points about sleeping with him. So she asked him what her middle name was. And when he told her, she was surprised, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I said I went and slept with someone who didn't know my middle name, but you did because you didn't know that he knew your middle name." And she also said she wasn't going to sleep with anyone without papers. And I don't know. I mean, I don't remember her asking him if he had papers or
She
anything.
didn't ask him for papers.
But I think they
Right.
get people tested.
So she broke a lot of her own rules for him.
Yeah.
Because he's her husband. And I believe that she wants to be married so bad.
She has to. Like, I
She
mean,
does. She wants to be married so bad. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I know that she is wrong for staying, and I know, but that girl, that child wants to be married so bad. Poor thing. She does. She
She
wants.
how
does.
old is she?
How old is she?
In her 20s.
She's in her 20s. Oh my God. Like,
Is she in her 20s?
I think so. Yeah, she looks like she's in her 20s. She can't be in her 30s. I think they were all in their 20s except for Pete,
and the other guy, Eric.
Eric. Yeah.
I think
Eric and the bodybuilder.
and the one lady too, the bodybuilder's wife, she's not in her 20s. She looks older. We need to look up their ages
No,
so that
she is. She's he's 38 and she's
The bodybuilder. You're talking about,
10 years younger than him. She's 28.
oh, that guy. You're talking about the
Yeah,
pilot?
he's 38, she's 28.
the pilot's
Okay.
34.
And then you're talking about the short guy with the
No,
hair?
yeah, she's 28, he's 38.
No, Christian. She's talking about the bodybuilder guy that has the weird house.
I know. I was asking you if you were talking about, because doesn't the other guy do like CrossFit or something?
Yeah, he does too. He works out a lot too.
So whose wife were you talking about?
The weird guy who has a sand castle, whose house is
Oh yeah, she's 28. Mm-hmm.
hmm So you know who I thought that the relationship was getting better was that couple, the bodybuilder
the
and
blonde.
Yeah, I think she said that there was some
the
chemistry,
brunette.
didn't she?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
surprised because even at the when they were all together, they were all snuggled up,
Mm-hmm.
which really surprised me. And she was laughing at dinner
Mm-hmm.
together. She seemed interested in what he was
Yeah.
saying. She didn't look bored like she usually
Okay,
does
he's
when
not an ugly guy. He's
sees
not
him.
ugly.
No, he's not. He's just very
Yeah.
odd,
Yeah.
But he did like
you
try to
know.
like throw some jokes in there. Like I thought that was good. Like he
But could
tried
you
to.
imagine him day to day? It would be.
You would just have to get used to him, I guess. You'd have to get used to his
He
humor,
would
maybe.
hopefully he would be like open to being pulled out his box a little bit. I mean,
Mm.
he's been eating things
Right.
other than beef or meat and eggs.
Eggs.
So I thought that's
Because
good.
we did see some salad, right?
Yeah.
We saw some salad, some green.
Hmm. So I think that's good. Like that he's willing to
Mhm.
eat other things because that in
Right.
itself, like that's that's a deal breaker. You're not just
Right.
about to eat meat and eggs in my face
Mm.
every day. Like, no.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So that was, I mean, that was promising a little bit.
yeah. I thought it
Mhm.
was promising too, the blonde. I wish they wouldn't
Mhm.
show us this what's gonna happen during the season because
So much.
we
Right.
it's yes, because I don't want to see people fighting. I want to live in my fantasy world that they're gonna be
Mhm.
happy all the
For
time.
as long
Mhm.
I'm
as we
like,
can.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and she seems really into him, the blonde, which surprised me. And he seems like relaxed and cool and calm about
But a
it.
little
But she,
militant, like really structured, because when they
well,
were
he said
talking
he
about,
is.
yeah, more so than I
You talking
thought.
about
Like when they were talking about
Brian?
moving in together, he was like, and she was talking about how messy she is. You could see like he was like, oh my God, but he was trying to be
Yeah, but
calm, you know.
I feel like we saw that before, though. We've seen that before in
Yeah,
him.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's true.
because even like I think she was talking a lot at the wedding. Was that her?
hmm Yeah, that
I
was
think she
her.
was talking a lot at the wedding, and he was just like, "Oh, she talks a lot. I like my space, my alone time."
hmm
So
Mhm.
yeah, I think that's gonna be interesting because he did. I don't know. He doesn't seem like very open to a lot of change, I guess.
hmm Right.
So I could see that being a conflict, especially if someone's really messy, because she sounded really messy. Uh
Really messy.
huh. And if the other person is like really neat, so
You know who I
Why
think
are
is
they
gonna
why are they moving into a new apartment? Like why are they going back to the old way of moving into one other person's apartment. I liked
Oh,
when
are
they
they?
moved into a fresh, yeah, I liked when they moved into a fresh new apartment. Is it
Are
because
you
of COVID?
sure?
Yeah, because they're
Are you
moving
sure?
into his apartment.
I thought she said if after decision day, if it,
Oh,
stay together,
maybe.
that she was like, I think she said, I think we both agreed that I would move into your place.
Oh, okay. Hopefully that's the case because I liked it when
Hmm.
they all lived in the same apartment building and they
Yeah.
moved into a fresh new apartment.
Yeah. Because I
Hmm.
think just moving into someone else's space and you don't really know them, that already causes a lot of friction. So yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely think they
yeah.
keep that up.
Um,
Hmm.
I am concerned about the pilot and the young lady.
I like them though. I really like
I
them.
like them, but something is up
Yeah.
with her. She can't sit still for nothing in the world. She's always, even when she's talking, she's just like hyper about everything. And I am concerned because to me, mentally, how old is she? 26, 27?
Hmm.
I
She's
feel like
26.
mentally she's not mature enough yet. Like, I feel like she's not mature enough yet because like all she talks about is her fun life and what she likes to do for fun.
Hmm.
And she doesn't talk about anything else. And to me, I just don't
Hmm.
feel that she's mature enough yet. And when
Hmm.
he told her, what do you guys think? Can men and women be friends?
Yes, I think so.
I say no. I
I
think
think
that like what someone's gonna want to sleep with the other person eventually.
yeah.
I don't think they
I
can
don't
be
think
true friends. I think someone's gonna catch
never.
feelings.
No.
Huh?
No, I don't.
I think so.
Had to plug my
That's what
computer in.
I've always
Sorry.
found.
I mean, I have male friends, like a couple of male friends from college, and I mean, like they're like my brothers.
But no, do you go out and hang out with them?
We'll go to like dinner a couple of times a year.
Oh,
I'm not
A
like we
couple
don't go
times
out
a
to the
year.
club.
That's totally different from hanging out constantly. Like,
do
yeah,
you?
I can see that being
Well,
like a
you know what
relationship. But if
Christian
you're
does?
if,
Chris, Christian, remember what's his
Don't
name?
use people's names.
Okay. But remember, Christian can be friends with males. I remember observing that at work before.
Yeah, like
but you wait. Do you hang out with them outside of work?
no. I mean,
Okay, then that's
actually,
completely.
yeah, because like they're dating one of my friends now, so yeah.
Mhm. But
But
remember
they're
what he
dating.
said. If they're dating a friend, then
True, but I
that's
still would hang out
completely
with them
different.
outside of work. Like I because there's nothing like we're just friends. It's like platonic. I think it's very possible,
Mhm.
maybe not for every person, but I mean, I guess it depends on the type of person you are.
I
Um,
I personally don't think male and females can be friends. I think they can be associates,
Yeah.
but not friends because when a female is going through a rough time and he's there to comfort her, it would be easy because females are so emotional. And if he's going through a rough time, she's going to want to comfort him. Things will lead to things, especially when you start to get to know each
but you
other.
think with
Feelings will.
every male that's like I mean, obviously there may be some males that are attracted to the woman or vice versa, but or maybe are not in the friendship for the right reasons. But I don't think for every male that you interact with, then you're gonna have sex with them if you hang out with them a lot. That
Yeah,
doesn't.
I just think that it causes problems, especially in relationships. Like if my significant other had a female friend and
Mhm.
he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go out with Cynthia and we're gonna go bowling." No, you're not. Or hey, I'm about to meet Deborah at the bar. We're gonna go get a drink real quick. Okay, I'll be right there with you. I would feel uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not about trust, it's about I don't feel like kosher. If Dan called you up and say, "Hey, Dawn and I are gonna go shopping a little bit later on," what would you be like?
Like, no, it's like it's not
Oh, you say it's
necessary.
not necessary. Dan, it's not necessary. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
and he goes,
think that it
hey,
probably just depends on the type of person you are. Then I guess I don't.
no, if Keith said, hey, IJ, Robin needs me to her sink stopped up. I need to go there and help her fix it out. No, Robin can call a plumber. That's what she got fingers for, and she has work. She has a job. Let her pay for it.
Yeah, I
You
just
know?
think like you start to blur the lines
Mm-hmm.
unnecessarily. Like it's just let her go
But I
get one
think
of her single guy friends to go do
Right.
it. Like you don't need to go and
Right.
do
I
it.
think
It's just not
I think if
necessary. She has other
you
people that can do
I
it.
think, I mean, I think if you're friends with someone of the opposite sex and you're in a relationship, I think you, I mean, obviously you have to respect your relationship. So hanging out with that person all the time, going to the clubs with them, that's not, like that's obviously like taboo. But I think like going out to dinner with them, like talking to them if they have a question or checking in on them or, even if they have an issue, like, and they need someone to talk to, I feel like you could do all that and there not be a problem. But yeah, that wouldn't be the first person I run to when I need something. I would run to my husband because that's who I'm married to, and so I would respect my relationship. But
Well, I know my husband. I remember one time I hugged a guy friend. This is like within like we were going out, 6 months of us going out. He was
Mhm.
like, don't do that again. That's disrespectful. I'm like, I'm just hugging him, Keith. He goes, that's disrespectful. And his hands were going down near your butt. It was my ex-boyfriend. But
Well,
nonetheless, he was
I,
just like, but he was like trying to grab my, you know how just automatically hug. He goes, I find that disrespectful. He goes, you'll never see me talking to another female or anything like that. I remember one time I made him take me to a strip club because I'd never been to a strip club, and we were in Florida. This was like years ago, and I was like, Keith, I want to go to a strip club and see what it's like. He's like, you don't need to go to. I said, I want to go to a female strip club, and so he took me, and I was just like, wow. So this was. I said, look at her. Oh my God, look at her legs. Look at her butt. Oh my God, she's got to be a dancer because I thought they were so graceful on the thing. Him and the guys, there were some other guys there. They were watching the game.
yeah, that's good.
I said, is this what guys do at strip clubs? Is that they're watching the game and ordering drinks?
No,
I'm like, that's
no,
not what
not what
guys
they
do
do.
at strip
That's
clubs.
not what they do. It's
I
because you
know.
were there.
Maybe that's what they do when their wife is there.
Yeah, exactly. So Dan and I established in the beginning of our relationship, very in the beginning, that we could keep the male or female friends that we already established, but no
Hmm.
new friends, no more new
Hmm.
friends. So that's what we established, and so that's
Oh,
what we
so now
kept.
are you
Hmm.
still friends with any of the males?
It was like when I was 18, so like no.
Are you still friends
Uh-uh.
with? Is he still friends with any of the females?
No, during college and then after college for a little bit, he was, but no, not anymore. Mm-mm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith didn't have any female friends. Keith didn't have any male friends.
See, that's why I say it like depends on the type of person you are. So if he randomly had a female friend, you don't even have friends. So like where did she come from? You know what I'm saying? But if you're like a friendly person and you have friends and relationships with people, then it wouldn't be odd, for you to have a friendship with someone of the opposite sex. But if you're not a friendly person and you haven't had friends for 20 years, you're not gonna pop up with a friend. Like I'm gonna question that.
Yes, I gotta tell
So
you, yes, that's
what
really.
did you think? Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna talk about the show. I was gonna talk about
Oh
the
yeah,
show.
yeah. No, no. I'll say this. Remind me one day we'll talk about the butt sisters. But
Okay.
yeah.
So going back to the pilot and Virginia, what did you think about their conversation about his jealousy? Do you think that she was right to be upset, or do you think he was right to be like to stand his ground?
Wait, okay, refresh me. I remember him. I remember her talking about.
It was about the friendship thing, like because she seems like she goes out a lot. She says
Oh
she has a
yeah,
lot of
and
male
she said
friends,
she had a male roommate,
and
right?
he
She has
yeah,
a
she
male
had a
roommate.
male
She
roommate.
had one.
Oh,
She
okay.
had she had one, and at first he was kind of like jokey, but then it seemed like he was like serious about her having a lot of male friends, and he was like, you had me now, you don't need your male friends. But she's like, I have male friends. I like hanging out with guys more than girls. And he was like, if you do something wrong once, that's it. And she was like, so all it takes is one time. And he was basically like, yeah.
Well,
So do you think
duh.
that he was
Well, he
No.
means one time to
right?
like cheat or whatever.
Yeah, you can't cheat.
Yeah,
Takes one time.
or to
Cross the line.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, or to cross the line.
Of course, I
Hmm.
agree with them. It takes one time to cross the line. I'm sorry, you don't get to cross the line 2 or 3 times before I get upset.
Right,
No, you
right,
get one time to cross
yeah.
that line. I'm not gonna.
And she's probably like super flirty,
You can see her being. I can
Especially if
see.
she
very
drinks a lot.
flirtatious.
So then that
Yeah,
you know,
she's probably like,
might
oh,
forget you have a
over,
husband.
and
You only just met him, so
right,
But
and
that's
he's
my
out of
concern.
town
right,
all the
yeah,
time. I mean, I could see him having a concern about that, but because he's out of town a lot, it's gonna take them a while to get to know each other to the same degree that other couples. If he's like out like for 2 days
15.
or 2 days at a time.
Yeah, 15 days a month he's gone, but then he's there 15 days a month, full time.
Mm-hmm.
He's not working those other
If
15
she's
days.
working, so like then they would just have like the evenings together or whatever. But yeah, so I
hmm
can see. I mean, I can see that being an issue, but I mean, I see her side of things too because I mean, a jealous guy is always like a red flag, um,
right.
and so I don't know. It's just something they both need to keep an eye out for, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
And have to build trust.
Mhm.
Like she has to trust that he doesn't have a girl in Japan.
Mhm.
If especially if he's doing like his main route is Japan to New
Oh,
York
is that
to
his main
wherever they
route?
live. Well, I don't know. I'm just
If that's his
guessing. Like,
main
because
route,
usually,
he gets paid well.
right. Well, yeah. So usually you have a main route,
Right.
and you're flying. You're always going to that one place. So she has to trust that he doesn't have someone there, and he has to
I
trust that she's going to be faithful, while he's
I was
gone.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the
Yeah.
same
I think
thing.
that's gonna be a struggle for him because I think it's gonna be a struggle for him, especially considering that she's still got the party girl mentality
Mhm.
and she
Why did they put them? Why did like
They
they
kind of
couldn't
said
find
it.
it?
They said it, and it was actually
Yeah,
pretty
he
good.
said, yeah, he said it. I remember them saying it. But to me, they couldn't find somebody older and a little bit more mature
for her.
for
Yeah.
him.
I mean for him, sorry.
Yeah. I was like, because
Oh
she's
no, they
so
said that she was so independent, which is what he needs. Because he said he hasn't had a
Uh,
relationship because
mhm.
no woman was willing to have someone be gone for that many days. So he hasn't
They
had a
wanted him
relationship. And he
every
said,
night.
right. So he
Mhm.
said that he thinks that's
would you
why they
guys find
put
it?
him.
Would
Hmm?
you guys find it? Would you guys find it hard?
Yeah, I would find it hard. Especially if I knew I wanted kids. Yeah, I would find it hard. Hmm.
And especially like I don't really know this person because I think it's different. Like if you know the person, you kind of know if something will work or not, but you don't
Right.
know if that's going to work out. And I really didn't like that because he was just like, if I find out that you kind of want me to be around every night or every day, then it's over. So it's just like he's not like you got to put some effort and work into your relationship. So I just feel like maybe they shouldn't have had him as a candidate because it seems like his work is a priority. Which I mean,
Hmm.
it's fine, but like maybe you shouldn't just marry some random person because that doesn't know your lifestyle. It's not familiar with your lifestyle.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I wonder how these couples, I always wonder financially, how is it when they're going through this phase of the show, where they're getting
They're
to know
working
each
though.
other?
They're working.
Pardon me?
They're
Yeah,
going to
but
work.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, like, are they still keeping things? I know they're keeping things separate, but are they like, I'll get the groceries this time, you get the groceries the next time. I'm gonna pay the light bill this time, you pay the light bill the next time. Like, I wonder, like, how do they navigate that during the show? Have you
I
guys
mean,
wondered that?
Right.
I think they probably each do different things depending on what their styles and
Mhm.
personalities are and what they're comfortable with. For
Mhm.
example, Henry had
I
to
think in the
pay for a
beginning,
lot because he didn't, because
right.
Christina didn't have a job.
We need to bring that
Who's
up
this
too.
one?
She says Henry had to pay for everything because the other girl didn't have a
Who's that?
job. She was Henry.
That was on the
Who?
last
Who's
season.
Henry?
The guy,
Last season, Henry from the last season. That was kind of
the flight
Oh,
attendant, and the quirky guy.
oh, was she a flight
so
attendant?
she says she was.
That's what she said.
I don't believe that.
um Christian Dior, do you remember my mom brought it up a couple seasons back.
I
We're talking
Yeah.
about the fact that um what's their name again? I am so sorry.
You can
I'm so
remember their names. He was a model, and
he
she
she
was.
was a normal looking girl, and he was not attracted to her, and he ended up texting her
Right.
friend. Remember that? Oh, Christian, you know what? Dior wasn't into Married at First Sight. I had
Oh,
to bring her in.
No, actually, you didn't bring
oh,
me in.
Yes, I did. I
No,
told
you
you
didn't.
about it.
You tell me about 90 Day Fiance. I just happened to catch. They had one season on Netflix in Charlotte, and since I'm from Charlotte, I was like, "Oh, let me watch this," and that's how I got sucked in. And then as soon as I finished watching that, they started the one um, with uh, the one last season. Yeah, the one last season.
Okay,
So
you need
I've
to.
only
oh, so you're a
Yeah.
newbie.
I went back and watched season one. So I saw season one. I think season 8 was the one in Charlotte, and then season 11, and now I'm watching 12. Yeah.
Okay. That
Oh,
season,
okay.
if you would have seen that season, you'd have been. No, this guy's worse. Sorry.
Yeah, this guy is
At
worse.
least that guy kind of tried to say.
That guy was bad. That guy was bad. That guy was really bad. But this guy takes the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right. Well, I know I've enjoyed this week's episodes of our reality TV shows.
Can we talk
I'm
about other couples? We didn't do Brianna and Vincent.
Oh
So
yeah, they
they
are so
consummated their
cute. Oh my
marriage.
god,
Yay.
they are
the
lovely.
blonde,
They are
the
lovely.
blonde.
No,
No,
Brianna
the
and Vincent.
the girl
Oh
with the curly
yeah,
hair.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh. I'm
yeah.
so happy.
They make me happy. They're cute. When they were
Hmm.
playing footsies under the table on the beach, that was so sweet. He is so into her. You can see the way he looks at her. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
it's not off balance where he's super into her and she's into him, but not as much. I hope it doesn't
But
No,
like,
she's
she's
into him too.
definitely really into him. Like
yeah,
because
She,
I think we talked about this last episode or 2 episodes ago. She like the wedding night. She wanted to like consummate
yes,
the marriage,
I know.
and
I told
because I
mom
thought it was
that, and
funny
mom
when
didn't believe
yes,
me.
right,
Hmm.
right,
it was
right.
funny when he said that he was trying to be respectful and he wanted to happen authentically.
Hmm.
Like I was looking at her face because I remember I was like, I think she really wanted to, do it sooner. So
Hmm.
she was probably like, oh no, we're gonna stay in. And then he was already, not to say she took advantage of him, but he was
Right, she
already
did. She did. He
vulnerable.
was vulnerable.
So it just so happened to work out for her.
They seem like such a mature, steady couple. And thus,
Mhm.
Lifetime, I'm asking you for the very last time. Don't make me stop watching, you guys. Do not show us future episodes. Like I saw them arguing. I don't want to see that. I want to have
Mhm.
my fantasy of them being
I mean,
like this
it has
perfect
to
couple.
happen a little bit.
Yeah,
So
but he grabbed his suitcase and was leaving. I was just like, what?
they like cut, like chop and screw it. So maybe it's
Right.
like him leaving the hotel or something for.
No. No. But yeah, they're such a cute, and her hair looked good.
It
Mhm.
did. This whole episode. It
Yeah.
did look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so am I the only one that thinks the pilot guy's wife is like kind of like can't sit still and jerky all over the time? Am I
No,
the only
she
one?
now
Can
that
you
you
guys
mention
please
it, no,
yeah, watch
she
when
does
she
act like
talks.
that.
It's just like so
Mm,
I think that she needs some Ritalin to help
mm.
calm her down. Like but
Mhm.
no, she's just like, yeah. And I think she uses alcohol. Like, did you see her guzzle that shot?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the one
He was
thing
like,
I want to see her outside, like in the regular setting, because I'm like, okay, it's Vegas. Like you're gonna be drinking in Vegas, like.
she's been drinking nonstop
I
from
mean,
the
you
wedding.
get married, and I mean,
No,
you
not
haven't seen.
before the bachelorette party. From the bachelorette party
But
Okay,
she
all the
was
way
when
to
she was
going
Vegas.
out. People drink when they go out. Let's just see, like, if
No
you
one else drink like that. No one else.
right,
It was
if
just
yeah.
she
her.
wakes
But
up
the
in the morning,
but
I feel like
she
they're really like emphasizing her drinking. So I just want to see in the future episodes, like if it continues or.
but, so didn't they? He talks to her about her drinking.
Yeah, but not yet. Not yet.
Okay, okay, but no, like you guys have to realize she took that shot. He was like, she took it. She's like, and he was just looking at her. I was just like, and
I
then
mean,
she
if
picked
I
up
was
the other
He
drinking
drink.
was
a
like, "Was
shot, 'cause
that
I don't
good?
like
Was that
straight
good?"
Yeah,
liquor,
yeah.
I
And then
would
she,
I would throw it back too. That's how you're supposed to take a shot.
but that was no, that wasn't a small shot glass. That was a big shot glass.
I don't think I
That
would
was
have.
a big.
Yeah, it was a big shot glass. I was just like, oh
It was
no,
big.
honey. But no, and no, it was good. It was good. It was a good episode.
Hmm.
The food looked really good. I kept telling you, Chenna, Mom,
It
did you see their
did.
breakfast? Oh my God, it looked so good. I was
Breakfast.
like,
That French toast looks so good.
the eggs look good.
Hmm.
I have all the ingredients for a good omelet. I have my eggs, I have mushrooms, I have chives and spinach.
Spinach.
So
Do you have spinach?
tomorrow, yep, tomorrow I'm going to be having me an omelet for breakfast. Well, at 1 o'clock. No, really at
Hmm.
9 o'clock.
Intermittent fasting. You doing
Well,
intermittent fasting?
I've been trying, but I've been just so
I should do an omelet. I have all the ingredients too.
yeah. Do you mix
And
milk
I
with
have
your
the milk
omelet?
too. No, I usually don't.
I
I
don't
stopped drinking
either.
milk. I do almond milk.
I don't
I
even
do
drink
almond milk.
almond milk. I don't drink dairy. The only dairy that I get, honestly,
Well, it's not
is
almond milk isn't dairy.
okay. No, it's not. But I the only dairy I get is eggs because I can't.
Eggs isn't dairy.
Oh, it's meat, protein. Yeah.
Protein, yeah.
So I don't do cheese. I'm not a cheese person.
Hmm. Yeah, I've never liked milk. When I would drink milk, it'd be skim milk because it doesn't taste like milk. So then I switched to almond milk, and I like it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
It's kind of hard to believe that milk is coming from almonds. You know how many almonds they have to crush and so forth to get almond milk?
And cheese,
Yeah.
yeah,
How come you don't
yeah.
drink coconut milk? Has anybody drank coconut?
I don't like coconuts. I don't like
Coconut water is
coconuts.
so nasty. Have you ever drank it? Ugh,
Yeah, I don't like it.
Good
right.
for hydration.
Coconut water?
Hmm.
Yeah. Give me seltzer water. You know, that's kind of hard on your stomach after a while.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, ladies,
Well, all right, ladies.
Thank
It's
you.
fun talking with you guys always.
I know
Until next week, we'll
Sunday
get
will
another
be
one.
a
We get to see
good
the
one.
dungeon.
Yes,
Yes, we
I'm
get to see
excited
the
about that.
dungeon. I
So,
can't
ooh,
wait. Yeah.
girls, next week we need to start talking about our grown woman trip.
Mm.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say we need to dress like we're in the dungeon. That's how my face dropped. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Not that type of show, Dior.
She said, I was,
I didn't want to. I know
what did she
what
said?
to say because of like where she said it, like when she was like, "Ooh," I was like, "Oh no." So,
So yeah, so we need to really start thinking about our grown women's trip,
Mhm.
who we're inviting to
Where we're gonna
come, make sure
go.
everybody gets along, yeah, so that everybody has
Mhm.
time to start getting their coins together, and
Mhm.
we need to start deciding like where we're going to go and looking at
Right.
travel groups and so forth. Yeah,
Mhm. All
and maybe we can
right.
get somebody to sponsor it.
Mhm.
you can work on that. Work on that, please.
Yeah. We'll contact Oxygen. Let's contact Oprah and see if she'll do it. Right?
Oh.
All right, ladies. Bye,
All right, take it
everyone.
away, Dior. Wait, Dior, take it away.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below.
Yes, people.
Until next
All right,
time.
bye.
Bye.